morning all, hope you're doing well. If you're joining me live, thanks for tuning in at this very moment. If you're tuning in at a later time, looking through the archives, I hope you have a good practice and thank you for creating the space also. This morning, in this practice, will be our foundation Hatha class, but following the Friday series, it's been a softer, more engaged practice where we focus on the smaller moves that create space for the bigger moves in both in the physical practice and both in the everyday life. Like the previous weeks, we'll be focusing on the resonance breathing at the very start of the practice, that even inhale and exhale in and out through the nose. Only working to the point or to the count that you can maintain this even inhale and exhale with ease, no pressure or force. So if I'm suggesting the longer count of 5 and you find that's challenging, please revert back to a shorter count that you've been mentally maintaining at your own pace with no pressure. I'll encourage you this morning to get started on your back. So you can be in a seated position. However, if you'd like to start on your back and you're comfortable with that, perhaps you come to a lying down position. Many variations being welcomed. You can ground the feet, soles of the feet, one or both if you find that's more comfortable for the lower back or the neck. Or you can have the legs straight up. The hands can be up from the sides of the body, the palms face up. Or you can rest a hand on the belly, one hand on the ribs or on the chest, just to tune in and to feel the body's response to the breath. Take a few moments to readjust. Choosing a position that is best for you, to where you truly feel comfortable, you feel held, and you can feel that you can bring your full focus and attention upon your breath. Eyes closed, mouth closed. And once you can feel that the body is beginning to arrive, you've found a comfortable position, you can feel that the body is held. Know that there's nothing more required of you outside of your practice as you work towards creating space from whatever's been occupying your mind. And as you work towards creating this space, we're not trying to suppress or push away any thoughts. We'll just encourage a gentle shift of our awareness as you take a moment to check in through the physical body. Begin at the crown of the head. Just notice how body feels at the very crown of the head. Allow your awareness to softly move down and through the ears, sweeping to the front of the body around the eyes, through the nose. Notice how body feels around the jaw and the tongue. Allow your awareness to softly spiral down around the neck. Notice how the neck feels into shoulders. Your awareness softly descends down the arms as you notice the reaction in your arms this morning. If the arms feel good, if there's any tension, any holding, anywhere in between. Arriving at the wrists and into the fingers. As you allow your awareness to move through the chest, the ribs, and to settle in the belly for a moment. Notice the response at the belly. Any holding, any discomfort or tension, just notice. Sweep around the back of the body as your awareness extends through the shoulder blades, moving down and through the spine, upper, middle, and lower back. Allow your awareness to extend through the lower back and the whole of the pelvic region. Notice how the pelvic region feels, any holding, any tension. Continue down through the lower limbs, through the thighs, into the knees, down and through the calf muscles, ankles, soles of feet, into the tips of the toes. How do the lower limbs feel? And when you've made this inquiry through the whole body, note the condition of the mind this morning as you come to your practice. Have you rested well? Are you feeling focused and energetic? Are you feeling agitated? Are you feeling bored? Without trying to change it, just note. And with this attuned awareness of both the physical body and the mind, we'll softly draw our attention upon the breath. And you can remain simply witnessing the breath, noting that beautiful free rhythm in and out through the nose, or you can return to it at any moment. But if all is well, mentally preparing for a few rounds of the resonance breathing will slowly build to the longer count, but be with the count that's appropriate for you for the point where you can achieve inhale and exhale with relative ease. Breathing in, 2, breathing out, 2, breathing in, 2, breathing out, 2, breathing 3, 2, 3, breathing out, 2, 3, breathing in, 2, 3, breathing out, 2, 3, breathing in, 2, 3, breathing out, 2, 3, breathing 4, 2, 3, 4, breathing out, 2, 3, 4, breathing in, 2, 3, 4, breathing out, 2, 3, 4, breathing in, 2, 3, 4, breathing out, 2, 3, 4, breathing in, 2, 3, 4, breathing out, 2, 3, 4, breathing in, 2, 3, 4, breathing out, 2, 3, 4, breathing 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, breathing out, 2, 3, 4, 5, breathing in, 2, 3, 4, 5, breathing out, 2, 3, 4, 5, breathing in, 2, 3, 4, 5, breathing out, 2, 3, 4, 5, breathing in, 2, 3, 4, 5, breathing out, 2, 3, 4, 5, breathing in, 2, 3, 4, 5, breathing out, 2, 3, 4, 5, breathing in, 2, 3, 4, 5, breathing out, 2, 3, 4, 5, breathing in, 2, 3, 4, 5, breathing out, 2, 3, 4, 5, breathing in, 2, 3, 4, 5, breathing out, 2, 3, 4, 5, and release the conscious effort on the breath. And just witness for a moment. After just 3 minutes of conscious breathing, what's the response? If you were with me to the count of 5, breath will slow down to about 6 breaths per minute. If you noted any strain or tension in the chest, or around the eyes, any pressure, this is a suggestion the count perhaps was a little too long. And note that for future practices you may need to go a little shorter. And from the awareness of the breath and the effects of your resonance breathing, extend your awareness down the body until it arrives at the toes, and a soft ripple of movement in the toes welcomes the feet back. Little ripple of movement in the fingers, welcoming of the hands, rolling of the neck side to side. If it's comfortable and accessible, extend the right arm up overhead and behind, left hand to belly, folding the left knee, then gently roll to your right, but no rush, take the time. And once you feel steady, no trace of dizziness, gently push up, exploring any seated variation eyes remaining closed. Namaste Mudra, palms lightly pressed. As you take a moment, set intention, or sankalpa, a dedication for your practice. Release your hands, chin drops towards the chest, a few gentle blinks, opening the eyes. Namaste. And softly raise the knees up. And then release the feet out in front, but keep a bend in the knees. We want to take the feet out to be as wide as the hips, not a little wider, and away from the body to the point that you can firmly ground the feet in 4 directions: outer, the toes, the inner and the heels. If necessary, hand support behind you, but mindful if you're over the collapsed spine, can you maintain a bit of length? If it's very comfortable, you could hook your arms underneath the thighs, clasping opposite wrist or forearm. The intention here is our toe movements, so we'll work with each toe individually. Mindfully build your practice. As you work, you want to keep the outer and the inner edge grounded evenly. So just your right big toe, your awareness and your gaze are in your right big toe. And raise your right big toe only. If this feels good here, you allow your breath to flow and you welcome the second toe up. But don't fight. Recognize if you're trying to roll onto the outer edge. Welcoming the third toe, the fourth, and a little toe. Keep all of the right toes up as you shift your awareness into the left foot and you raise just the left big toe only. Endeavour to raise the second toe to join big, the third, fourth, and little toe. Beautiful. This feels good. Our awareness comes all the way back into the right foot. Right little toe returns to ground. We recognize that the ball of the foot is grounding. The fourth, the third, the second, big toe. All right toes down. Left big toe. My apologies, we keep the left big toe up. Left little toe. Fourth, third, second, and big toe. All toes grounded. If you're clasping underneath the thighs, release the clasp and extend your legs straight out. If required, hand support behind you. You can have the hands next to the thighs or resting on the thighs, that feels good. All is well, bring the feet together or small distance apart. The intention is full rotation through the ankle with coordination with the breath. So full rotation with the inhale and followed by the exhale. Moving with your breath. Slower than you think. I'm trying to isolate just movement to ankle. Full rotation with the inhale. Full rotation with the exhale. Change direction after your next rotation. Still moving with the breath. Beautiful. Back to center. Taking the feet to be a little distance apart, almost hip distance apart. All is well here now. The challenge is to keep the heels pushing away and the toes pointing up towards the ceiling. As you inhale, you're trying to turn the soles of the feet to face out, but without dropping the hip out. So without dropping the leg out, so no movement from the hip. As you inhale, you're trying to turn the feet towards each other. For some there's great movement, for others it's more limited. For me it's a limit on the outside. As you inhale, open it up. As you exhale, turn the feet towards each other. Inhale, open up. Exhale, soles of the feet in towards each other. Inhale, open. Exhale, turn it in as best you can. Be there for a brief moment. Beautiful. Back to center, toes free. Your next inhale, draw your toes back towards you, push your heels away. As you exhale, point your feet. Inhale, draw. Exhale, point. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Feels good. Keep the feet pointed. As you inhale, both feet wag to your right. Exhale left. Continue for a few rounds. Move with your breath. Keep the feet pointing. Maybe beautiful response at the base of the toes. Arch of the feet. Beautiful. Back to center. Inhale, draw the toes back towards you, push the heel. Allow your left leg to go just slightly wider from the hip. Hand support can be behind you if needed, and you can also keep the right knee, the right heel grounded as you work and slide the heel along the ground. If this is steady for you here, take the hands underneath the right thigh. As you inhale, raise the entire leg up off the ground. As you exhale, keep the heel up if you can. Draw the thigh in towards the chest. Heel can be grounded if necessary. Inhale, extend it. Push the heel. Exhale to chest. Inhale, move with your breath. Exhale through the nose. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, thigh towards the chest. We'll keep the good bend in the knee and we'll ground the foot. You can have the hands maintained behind you if it is comfortable, however, if you are there rather. If it is comfortable, you can sweep the right arm underneath the right leg. The left hand can be resting on top of the right shin. Oh, very comfortable here. Your right heel is drawing back towards the right side of the bum. And toes are drawing up towards you. So your heel is drawing back and the foot is flexed. Your toes are working towards the shin. If all is well here, you're not moving from the knee, so it'll look like moving from your shin, turning in and turning out. As you inhale, we're going to turn the foot out. As you exhale, turning it in. Inhale out. Exhale in. Inhale out. Exhale in. Beautiful. Back to center. Ground the foot. Release the right arm if it's swept underneath. Extend the right leg straight. A little wider than the hip. Feels good here. Bring the left leg back to be in line with the hip. Hands underneath the left thigh as you inhale, raise the entire leg. As you exhale in towards the chest. But mindful of any pinching in the hip. Inhale, extend it. Exhale, draw it in. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Draw it in. Keep it drawn in. Then ground the left foot. Create a little space so you can sweep the left arm underneath. The right hand can rest in front of the left shin. Raise the front of the foot. The heel is grounded but the toes are raising. Then just slide the heel back as much as you can. So you're sandwiching the left arm even in between the calf muscle and your thigh. All is well. As you inhale, turn the foot out, so not moving from the shin. As you exhale, turning in, so not moving from the hip. Inhale out. Exhale in. Inhale out. Exhale in. Back to center. Extend the left leg straight. Then bend both knees. Cross the legs over, heels a little closer to the bum. Sweep the legs around to the side. If it's comfortable for you, however, come front, all fours, hands in the knees. We're stepping over the knees. But don't fight. Come front whichever way is best for you. We'll come on to all fours, the Vajrasvasa setup. Shoulder over wrist is your initial alignment that you're working towards. This is a challenge, hands front as you need to, or play around making fists. Your knees underneath your hips, so thighs are vertical, then knees wider from that point. So your wrists, your knees and your toes come in a straight line. Fingers are well spread. Very comfortable, round through the entire spine. So round the entire spine. And the intention is keeping your middle to upper back and the head rounded and released, and just work through your lower back. As you inhale, there's a slight tilt through the pelvis, so lower belly works towards the mat. As you exhale, there's a slight tuck. It's smaller movement than you think. Move with your breath if you can. Inhale, tilt. Exhale, tuck. Keep pushing away the mat. Inhale, tilt. Exhale, tuck. Inhale, slight tilt. Exhale, slight tuck. Inhale, slight tilt. Exhale, slight tuck. Coming back to an easy spine. Keep the hands where they are if that's comfortable for you, then bend at the knee. Sitting all the way back is the intention, but please be mindful if you have any challenge in your ankle, your knee or your hip. Don't fight for that. Be here for a moment. Beautiful. This feels good. Softly re-raising back up on the hands and the knees. The full variation of the Vajrasvasa of the tiger breathing. Your next inhale, arch through your lower back where you were a previous moment ago. Then continue through your middle back, the upper back, draw the shoulders down the back so you lift the chest, slightly lift the head. As you exhale, head is the last thing to release as you round through your lower back, your middle back, your upper back. Release the head around the spine. Note that the shoulders are still over the wrist. Inhale, arch. Exhale around. Inhale, arch, lower, middle, upper, head. Exhale around, lower, middle, upper, head. Be there for a moment if comfortable. Head is released, push away the mat, entire spine rounding. Breathe really well. Shoulders still in the original position as best you can. Breathe. Inhale back to an easy spine. As you exhale, keep the hands where they are, but bend at the knees, pushing back to the degree that's comfortable for you. Inhale, re-raising back up. Exhale, pushing back. Inhale, raising up. Exhale, pushing back. Inhale, raising up. This is good, tuck the toes. Exhale, push back the toes tuck, but don't fight the ankles or the toes. Inhale, re-raising. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And be there. Feels good. If your toes are tucked, little sway side to side, loading the toes a little differently. Can you keep the fingers well spread, particularly the thumbs? I know this may be a challenge. If you have tightness in your hands, you may experience an ache through the base of the thumb as you try to keep the thumb spread. This just signifies that there may be some tightness present. Don't force to be there, but work towards maintaining the good spread in the fingers. Beautiful. Come to rest with the little sway side to side with the toes tucked. As you inhale, come back up on the hands and the knees. Untop the toes. Encourage your knees and your feet to come together. All is well here. Take your hands about half a foot out to either side. This is good. Next exhale, drop your hips to your right. So you're leaning to your right, but note that both arms remain straight. Inhale through the center. Exhale to your left. Inhale, center. Exhale, right. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale to your right. Be there for a moment if you can. Check in that your right elbow is still working straight and that both knees are grounded. Often in an effort to mimic depth or to fight for depth, we'll raise the outer knee. Keep the left knee grounded. Inhale, center. Exhale to your left. Maintain. Left arm working straighter. Both knees grounded. Inhale, center. Bringing the hands back to the original position. Knees and feet maintained together. Note there's many variations, but if comfortable for you, then softly sit back. Sitting back into the heels into Vajrasana, the Thunderbolt pose. If you find this challenging to maintain, because we'll be here for a moment, please adopt any seated variation, support as you need to, or you can be on tall on your knees. And if you want to build towards here, you can always alternate being here for a few moments within your comfortable limits, standing tall on your knees, and then revisiting it, coming back down. We'll bend the right elbow, bring it relatively close to the body, the shoulder, the elbow and the wrist working in a straight line. Allow the right palm to drop down so the palm faces front. Grab all four fingers of the right hand with the left. Throw the hand down a little further, but mindful of the reaction on the front of the left or the right wrist even. Breathe. Beautiful. Release the four fingers. The right palm to face in, the thumb is up. Draw the thumb lightly back towards you. Back in center. Towards the center line of the body even. So back and left and back and right. Small movement, no pinching. Then release the right thumb. The left arm comes into the same position, shoulder, elbow and wrist in a straight line. Recognize if your arm habitually turns in or likewise turns out. Can you bring it back to the central position? Drop the left palm down, then grab the left four fingers with the right hand. Maybe you can draw them down a little further. With no fight for depth. Breathe. Beautiful. Release the four fingers, the palm to face in, the thumb is now up. Draw the thumb back towards you, recognize that you're not moving at the wrist. back into your right, towards the center line of the body. The thumb is back and a little left. And note the response. And back to center. Beautiful. Flip both palms to face up. Then extend the arms straight. All is well here, we'll flip the palms down. As you inhale, without moving at the shoulder or the elbow, turn the palms to face front as best you can. As you exhale, keep the fingers nice and straight, releasing the hands down. Inhale, slow and steady. Exhale, releasing down without curling of the fingers. Inhale, keeping the hands as straight as you can. Exhale, down. Beautiful. Next inhale, come back to that neutral position. So fingers, elbow and shoulder working in a straight line. Trying to prevent bending at the elbow or trying to prevent movement at the shoulder. Just movement at your wrist. As you inhale, turn the fingers out. As you exhale, turn the fingers in. If you have any tenderness in the wrist, please work with care. Inhale out. Exhale in. Inhale out. How straight can your fingers be? Exhale in. Smoothly back to center. Flip the right palm to face the ceiling. Bend the elbow, coming back to our original position where we were previous a moment ago. Make a fist with the right hand. Then take the left hand and grab the right forearm. So from previous practices, remembering that the right forearm should remain steady. No turning whatsoever, even if it's only a very small rotation you make with the wrist. So utilize the left hand to maintain this right forearm steady. Move with your breath. As you inhale, a full rotation with your wrist. As you exhale, full rotation. 3 rounds. Then change direction. If there's any pinching or pain here, please make the rotation smaller. Don't move through these points of pain or discomfort. Beautiful. Once you've completed 3 in the opposite direction, moving with the breath, bend the left elbow into that shoulder, elbow, wrist in alignment. And palm faces up, you make a fist. The right hand now grabs the left forearm to maintain it steady. Inhale for full rotation. Exhale for full rotation. 3 rounds. And change direction. Note the difference between both sides. Perhaps one side you can make a circle of greater diameter, or feel like there's greater freedom. Then release the left hand. Release both hands, palms face down, coming onto the thighs. All is well here, raise tall on the knees. Take your knees to be as wide as your hips, so good distance. Toes in line with your knees. Any sensitivity on your knees, you can double or triple over your mat as you need to. The palms rest on your thighs. And this is good here. Elbows are squeezed close to the body. Bend at the elbows as you inhale. At the top, flip the palms to face you. Exhale, releasing down. Inhale, bend at the elbows. At the top, flip the palms to face out. Exhale, releasing down. Inhale, bend at the elbow. Flip the palm to face you. Exhale, releasing down. Inhale, raise it up. At the top, flip the palms to face out. Then this is good. Extend the arms straight. All is well here. Moving from the shoulder. We'll think bicep moving rather than just the hands flipping. The biceps will move in opposite direction. Allow your breath to flow as necessary. Chin draws slightly back. Remembering any challenge, any pinching present. Arms lower. Still present. Explore it, bringing the arms front. Breathe, slow and steady, control movement, feeling the response. Beautiful. Palms to face front. Then all is well here, flip the palms to face up. Raise the arm in line with the ear. Really extend it. Recognize if your ribs come along, sternum back. This is good, bring your knees and your feet together. So note that you can adopt any seated variation, all is well. Returning to Vajrasana. The thunderbolt pose, bending at the knee. Or keep the left arm up or release your right hand. Right hand comes to the side of the body, fingertips perhaps. Sternum maintain back and the shoulder of the left side is relaxed. Their next exhale, fold to your right from the waist. To the degree that's comfortable for you. Note that the head maintains at mid-level as you fold. You're not dropping the head. Keep the neck long. Note where you feel it. The response on the left side of the body. Inhale back. Exhale, release the left. Shoulder height, flip the palm to face down. Inhale the right. Slowly raise it. Shoulder height, flip the palm. Arm in line with the ear. Exhale, fold to your left now. Top arm, straight as you can. Recognize where the head is. Head maintain a mid-level, sternum a little back. Inhale smoothly back. Exhale. Hands to the hips. Taking behind if it feels good, opposite wrist, forearm or elbow, full rotation through the neck, smaller rotations if you have any challenge in the neck. Don't move and through points of pain or discomfort. All is well. Draw your chin straight back towards your neck. Slight double chin. Then allow your chin to drop towards your chest. Move with your breath as you inhale, full rotation, exhale, full rotation. So to your right, with the chin down, come past the collarbone. Look for the right shoulder and lift the chin from this point. Drawing a circle as big as comfortable for you on the ceiling. As you slowly continue to move with your breath, rotate through to your left. Drop the chin down past the collarbone, base of throat. Continue to your right. If you find it challenging to maintain the coordination with the breath, breathe as much as you need to. Little practice it comes. Once you've returned to the base of the throat, we'll reverse the directions to the chin down past the left collarbone. Lift the chin. Rotate slow and steady through. Look for the right. Drop the chin down past the collarbone. Base of throat. To your left. Continue past the collarbone. Then lift the chin. Slow and steady. Rotate through to your right. Chin past the collarbone. Base of throat. Once you've arrived at the base of the throat, with care lift the head so it's straight ahead. Gaze is straight ahead. Chin is slightly back. Release the arms out to either side. Flip the palms to face front. A good bend of the elbow. Grab an imaginary glass or bottle of something and then pour it out behind, but without lifting or elevating the ribs. As you inhale, extend the arms away from the body. As you exhale, bend at the elbow. Inhale, extend it. Exhale, bend. Inhale, pouring out the entire time. Exhale. Inhale, extending it. On your next exhale, bending halfway. So medium bend. Maintain a medium bend as you inhale, raise the arms up. As you exhale, releasing the arms down. Keep the medium bend if you can. Inhale, extend it. Exhale, come back to that medium bend. Pour out behind you as if you're trying to lift the elbow front, but sternum maintains back. So isolating movement between the shoulder and the ribs. Exaggerate your double chin. Glide your face front into your phone or your tablet. Double chin. Text neck. Double chin. And leave the chin come a little front. Oh, then release the hands, shoulders free. With care, come front onto your hands and your knees. Your Vajraswasana, tiger breathing. But taking time, smoothly come onto the hands and the knees. Take a moment to set up, shoulder over wrist as best you can, fingers spread. The knees go wide. Wrist, knees and toes straight line, tops of feet are grounded. If it feels good here, just moving through the hip. Slow and steady moving through the hip. In whichever direction is calling you first, allow your breath to flow. And changing direction. And then back to center. A few gentle rounds of your tiger breathing. Move with your breath as best you can. As you inhale, arch lower, middle, upper, lightly lift the head. Exhale, round lower, middle, upper, or release the head and round the spine. Inhale, arch, Exhale around. Inhale out. Exhale around. Maintain the rounding for a moment. Head released entirely. Breathe. Inhale back to an easy spine. Working through the shoulders a little. If you have any challenge in the shoulders, please work with ease. Recognize the steps coming in. If it feels good here, extend your right arm up towards the ceiling, open up the chest as you inhale, gaze to the right hand. As you exhale, tread the right underneath the left. For a brief moment, bring the right wrist to be behind the left and ground the forearm. So you can work from here. Little practice, however, continue on this lining, threading the arm through with the eventual intention of the right shoulder to fingertips grounding and the right side of the head resting on the ground. If your right side of the head comes to ground, there's zero pressure on your neck. You can have the left hand still pressurizing into the mat, lightly pushing away, particularly if you have any challenge or tenderness in the neck. Don't force, keep the engagement with the left hand. If you feel steady, however, you can reach the left arm up and over and search for the right hip or top of the right thigh. But note where you feel it. Stretching the outer edge of the shoulder, but no force or pressure on your neck or breathing. Beautiful. If you swept the left arm over, take your time coming back, pressurizing the left hand into the mat as you inhale and tread the right. Now you can ground the right immediately, or perhaps you extend up towards the ceiling, but don't fight. As you exhale, ground the right hand. Changing sides, being where each side can be very different. As you inhale, open up the left, expand the chest. As you exhale, tread it through. Left wrist behind the right for a brief moment. Can you ground the elbow? Forearm grounded. Feels good and accessible. Treading it through. Shoulder to fingertips now grounded. Left side of the head lightly resting. You can keep the right palm engaged into the mat, lightly pushing away. If you feel steady, however, reach the right arm up, going over now. Reaching for left hip, top of thigh. Breathe. Feel. Notice the difference in response between both sides. Beautiful. The left, the right even coming back. Pressurizing the palm. As you inhale, untread the left. Take care. Grounding immediately or sending it up. As you exhale, grounding the left. Take your knees to be as wide as your mat. Quite a good distance, big toes together. The intention is sitting all the way back in the heels. Then first option is extending the arms front and forehead to mat. If that presents a challenge, stacking the palms or stacking the fists and exploring resting the forehead here. Hips can be high if you need to. Be here for a few steady breaths. Beautiful. Inhale, lift the head. Trying to maintain the hips where they are. Walk your hands to your right. So without elevating the hips up from the degree that they are in that center. Walking your hands to the right, keeping shoulder distance apart if you can. And relocate your forehead to somewhere on the right if that's accessible and comfortable. Be here for a moment. Notice the reaction, the outside edge of the left shoulder, down the left side of the body. Inhale, lift the head. Walk, slide or glide your hands to your left. Relocating the forehead if comfortable. Breathe. Notice the response now on the right side from the shoulder and the side of the body. Notice the response between each point of the breath. Perhaps feeling a deeper opening and experience at the inhale, and the reaction on the exhale. Lifting of the head, smoothly back to center. Keeping the arms extended out in front and maintain the head slightly lifted. All is well here. Make your way to a mild downward facing dog. You can be at any step if it feels good. Keep the distance between the hands and the feet, but raise the hip. Take the feet to be shoulder distance apart and take the toes under. This feels good, raise your knees. All is well. Keep the bend in the knee. We'll push the hip up and back, not suddenly straightening the legs. Work first with maintaining and creating the length in the spine. Spreading the fingers, torso back towards the thighs. If it feels good, working towards the straighter legs. The eventual intention is sharing almost even weight between the hands and the feet. A soft and steady breath. If this feels good here, without disturbing the position of the toes, put a mild bend in the right knee and stretch the left heel towards the ground, and the ball of the left foot is dragging the mat towards the back of the room or back of the mat. Then a mild bend in the left knee, and the right heel stretches towards the ground, and the ball of the right foot is dragging the mat away from you. Then a bend in both knees. The gaze front. You're welcome to come front in whichever way is necessary. Little practice and play around. Right knee, right wrist, shin diagonal. Left shin or ankle stacks on top. And gently sitting back. But don't fight for depth. Taking the legs out in front. Sitting as tall as you can. Hand support if you need to. Little practice. Hands next to the hips or towards the thighs. Bending of the right knee. Place the right foot close to the left knee. You can work from here. Little practice, however, raise the foot up, jump it to the outside edge of the left knee. You're thinking the left hip, knee and ankle work in a straight line. Very comfortable, wrap the left arm around the right knee or the thigh. Right hand right side and behind. You can be here. If there's no challenge in the lower back, you're feeling steady. The right hand can reach around and searches for the left hip. As you inhale, you sit tall. As you exhale, you get a little twisted. Twist to your right. Very steady, your gaze is following. Inhale back to center. Returning the right foot to its own side, extending the legs straight. Before you change sides, recognize the right hip, the outer hip, the knee, and the ankle work in a straight line. Then bend the left knee, left foot on its own side. Little practice, jump it over. Wrap the right arm around the thigh now. Bring the chest as close as you can towards the thigh. Left hand, left side and behind. Feel steady. Search for the hip. But if you feel it's a challenge to maintain, please keep the left hand grounded. Inhale, sit tall. Exhale, get twisted. Twist to your left. Inhale back to center. Return the left foot to its own side. Extend the legs straight. All is well here. Notice many variations. The first such variation is you can adopt a cross-legged position. If a cross-legged position is relatively accessible for you, we'll work with the right leg first. Bend the right knee. Fold the leg behind, toes pointing straight back. Then open up the knee at almost a 90-degree angle. If this feels steady, then you bend the left knee also and you bring the left foot onto place the right thigh. If this is a challenge, perhaps another variation, my apologies, alternative to the cross-legged position, both legs can just be softly swept to the right. But if it feels good, the right leg is folded deeply and opened, and the left leg is folded and the left foot is resting on the right thigh. Left hand, left side and behind, right hand is over the thigh. As you inhale, lift, but keep your sternum held back. As you exhale, twist to your left now. Beautiful reaction, top of left thigh, through the hip, around to the side, into the glute, into the buttock muscle perhaps. Each inhale there's length, each exhale experience a little further depth. Inhale, coming halfway back. If you're in the full variation or legs swept to the side, if it's comfortable, you can take your hands either side of the left knee. And as you exhale, you're folding in the direction of the knee with the eventual intention of bringing your forehead to the ground just beyond the knee. If you're in the cross-legged position, you can fold in the direction of your left knee, but mindfully apply, no force or fight. If that's a challenge, you can work with folding directly front. Inhale, raise the head. If you're in a full variation, walk the hands back towards you, no matter where you are, softly coming back. Extending the left leg straight, and then followed by the right, or unraveling from a cross-legged position. All is well here, folding the left leg now. Folding it deeply, then opening it to the side, and then bend the right knee and bring the right foot onto the left thigh. If you're in the cross-legged position, change the leg. So whichever leg was behind, that leg now comes front. Right hand right side and behind, left hand over the thigh. Inhale, lift, we'll keep the ribs, keep the sternum back. Exhale, twist to your right. Very comfortable gaze like before. Maintain there, breathe. Notice where you feel it. What's the response? Left and right side of the body. What's the response further through the inhale and the exhale? Inhale, coming halfway back. Hands either side of the right knee. If you're in the full variation, as you exhale, fold in the direction of the right knee. So you're folding at an angle. Chin perhaps rests slightly on the knee as the forehead comes to the mat. Or perhaps if you're in a cross-legged position, you're working with the intention of folding slightly right or folding directly straight. But no pressure. Mindfully apply. Inhale back. Taking care, coming back. For the full variation, full expression, right leg released and left leg released. Then swivel around, or if you're like me, if you're on your long edge, come to your short edge and then roll on your back with care. Coming on your back and like rolling side to side. Legs in towards the chest, grabbing the shins, or you can grab behind the thighs, one or both arms. And gently rolling. Light rolling side. Come to rest with the rolling. Keep the bend of the knees, ground the soles of the feet, and slide your feet out one at a time or both at the same time. Hands down the sides of the body. Make a conscious effort to keep your sternum back so that middle back is connecting. Mild arch rather to the lower back is okay. Chin in a mild double chin. Heels push away and the feet together. Your next exhale, bend of the right knee. You can slide the foot along the ground or keep it up as you bring the thigh towards the chest. Grab behind the thigh or front of the knee or the shin. Bring it closer, feel steady. Nose to knee, but don't fight your belly straight in the neck. Keep the head grounded if required. As you inhale, ground the head and shoulders first, then extend the legs straight. Slide it out or keep it up. Exhale the left. Slow and steady. Inhale, rinse. Exhale, right. Inhale, rinse. Exhale, left. Inhale, release. Exhale, right. Inhale, release. Exhale, left. Inhale, release. Exhale, right. As you inhale, keep the thigh closed, but ground the head and the shoulders. The left hand continues to support the right leg, perhaps you even slide it over so it's now on your right thigh. Your right arm out to the side, a straight arm if you have space, palm facing down, if necessary the cactus arm. As you exhale, draw the right leg over towards the left side of the body. Very comfortable now, gaze to your right. Not being overly concerned with bringing the right knee towards the ground. Focus more on keeping the back of the right shoulder grounding, stabilizing through the upper body, deepening the twist through the spine. If you feel like the right shoulder is lifted to any degree, come back to center more. Ground the shoulder and get twisted from there. Inhale, center. Extend the right leg straight, one hand's over the sides of the body. Exhale the left knee into the chest, grab the leg, nose to knee. As you inhale, keep the thigh close, we'll ground the head and the shoulders. Left arm extends straight now, or cactus arm if required. As you exhale, draw the left leg over towards the right side of the body. Back of the left shoulder grounded, gazing left if it feels good for neck. If necessary, maintain the gaze upward. Notice where you feel it. Reaction outer hip. Reaction to the glute, but no pressure in the lower back. No pressure in the center of the lower back in particular. Inhale, smoothly back. Straighten the left leg. Hands on the sides of the body. Bending at the knees. All is well here. Hands on the sides of the body. Heels coming towards your fingertips. Feet as wide as your shoulders, so quite a generous distance. You're thinking knee is directly over the ankle. This feels good here. Pressurize the feet into the mat and smoothly lift just through the lower back. So if you slide your hand under, you notice that it's just the back of the hip elevated and the buttock muscle elevated, but your middle back and the upper back is well grounded, chin in a mild double chin. Maintain this elevation and slide the hips side to side. Now if you need to take rest at any moment, please do so. Take slower, steadier movement. Your hips are working on the same level as you glide them side to side. Beautiful. Come to rest with your gliding. This feels good here. You can take hands on either side of the hips, and we want to get twisted through the hips. So you want to raise one side up higher to the hip and the other. So one is working up towards the ceiling and the other to ground. There's a twist through the pelvis, but slower, more refined movement. Often if there's sticky points, we try to move quickly, trying to skip over movement, trying to force movement, but as best you can, more refined movement, isolated just through the pelvis and keeping your middle back rounded. So separating that degree of intimate relationship that's often there between the ribs and pelvis. Beautiful. Come to rest with this direction. You can keep the hands where they are. You want to hike one side of the pelvis up higher than the other in relation to the shoulder. So a hip works towards the shoulder and one hip works down towards the foot. So you're shortening the waist. Allow breath to flow. Beautiful. Come to rest in this direction also. This feels good. You want to tilt your pelvis and tuck the pelvis under, but keeping the middle back rounded. Think smaller movement. Little hand support if necessary. Help tilt and tuck. Beautiful. Your next tuck. Inhale, raise the lower back entirely, middle back, maybe upper back, but keep the head steady if you can. I know it can be tempting to look at the screen. As you exhale, gently roll down. As you inhale, pressurize your feet. Notice your knees are not dropping in towards each other. Maintain the direction of the toes. Push up through each vertebrae. Exhale, rolling down. Inhale, smoothly push the hip. Exhale, rolling down. Inhale, push the hip. Very comfortable maintaining here for a moment. Feel the firmness in your feet. Toes, heels, outer edges, inner edges often will roll onto one side or the other, or toes will be lifting. Keep the feet firm. Push the feet. Raise the hip. Breathe. Exhale, upper, middle, lower back. Take care as you come down. Once grounded, knees in towards the chest, slight roll side to side. Coming to rest with your rolling. Gently roll entirely onto one side. Be here for a moment. Once there's no trace of dizziness, you feel steady, then gently push up. The intention from here is that we're going to come to the wall. So with the wall, if you have any space, if you don't have space, you could use a couch or you could use a chair to elevate the legs, and the knees can be bent as required. So come to the wall. If you have the space, you can swing your mat around or draw to a wall that's close to you. You want to bring the short edge to the wall as best you can. Short edge of the mat to the wall. So to come to legs to the wall, you sit alongside the wall sideways, bringing the hip as close as you can. If this presents a challenge, if you find a challenge to scoot around from here, you may need to start further away. So if this feels good, the little movement challenge, you try and keep the hip close to the wall as you swing around. And you bring the legs up straight. Now, even though the first primary intention is bringing the bum as close to the wall as you can, note if your middle back is lifting, if your ribs are pushing up towards the ceiling, and likewise if your chin is elevated up. If this is occurring, perhaps you come a little further away from the wall to a point that you can maintain the ribs grounding, the back of the hips is also grounding, and the chin comfortable. Then you can work towards straighter legs. You can have the arms extended out from the sides of the body, or you can have the hands resting on the belly. Choose which is appropriate for you. Breathe really well. Really extending the breath. If you have the hands resting on the body, feel the response. Feel that beautiful expansion with the inhale and the contraction with the exhale. Note where it is responding. Belly, ribs, chest, through collarbones. If the mind begins to wander, just softly bring it back. Note where you feel the response to the breath in the body. What's the response to having the legs elevated up? Now this feels good, you can maintain as you are if this is going well. But if comfortable, you go for that wide distance between the feet. If you have the space also, that may be a factor. Good distance between the feet, opening up the legs. But note, back of the hip is grounding so the pelvis isn't tucking under. Back of the ribs is grounded comfortably. And the chin is in a mild double chin, maintain the length in the spine. Extend the breath. Beautiful, this feels good. You can be here also, but if all is well, bring the feet together. Soles of the feet together, knees go a little wider, but no pressure on the knee. Back of the hips still grounding. Few steady breaths. Mind wanders, soft, bring it back, feel the presence and the reaction of the breath. feel and welcome the beautiful soothing and calming reaction to the response of the nervous system even to having the legs elevated. Beautiful, softly bringing the knees a little closer, grounding the feet on the wall. If your hips elevate up here as a result of grounding the feet, maybe you need to straighten your legs a little further, a little bend in the knees. Feels good, you can bend as much as comfortable without disturbing the lower back. Knees in towards the chest, light roll side to side. And then from here you can lightly roll onto your side, or you can just simply stretch out from the point you're in. You can scooch your head towards the front edge of your mat. Releasing and resting in Shavasana. So readjusting your body. Take a moment, not suddenly pushing up. If you are going to push up, if you can be maintaining a lying down position and just scooch along your mat to a point that you feel that you're comfortable. Make all of the necessary adjustments, being on your back, your side, your front. Eyes closed and mouth closed. Make all of the necessary adjustments that will facilitate and bring about a position of effortlessness. What would it be like if you were 6.5% more comfortable? What little shift would get you there? When you can feel that the body is beginning to arrive, there's a real steadiness to be perceived. You can release all of the weight of the body. Any unnecessary tension that may be lingering within the body. Any worry of the mind. Any stories or conversations that occupy your mind that don't serve you can be all released into the earth. All being accepted and supported and never being too much. Body is held. And safe within this unwavering holding. Set your attention free and allow it to rest at the very center of the body, the center of the belly, at the navel. And with your awareness lightly resting at the navel, become aware of the body's response to the breath. On the inhale, how the navel rises out of the stillness. And on the exhale, how the navel falls back into stillness. The inhale, the navel rises. On the exhale, the navel falls. On the inhale, navel rises. Exhale, navel falls. 17. Sixteen. 15. 14. 13. 12. 11. 10. 9. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm feeling deep down at the bottom of the breath. The even deeper essence of stillness to be experienced. The stillness in which resides that true, authentic, and a welcomed rest. Whole of the body is still. Whole of the body is rested. Whole of the body is still. Whole of the body is rested. As you know to really experience this rest the most, then be there for a moment. As you allow the body to remain within this position of deep rest, softly extend your awareness to be greater than your body. And as it extends beyond, allow it to transition to a more everyday, a more engaged awareness. Allow this engaged awareness begins to influence the breath into being a little fuller, a little more conscious. Feel how the breath awakens the body. It awakens the body by stirring the stillness to the toes, fingers up into the head, into the neck. Bring the feet together. If comfortable, extending the arms up overhead and behind. Begin at the feet. Point the toes, tighten the feet, tighten the legs. Take a big inhale, belly, shoulder, fingers, up like lower body. Exhale, release. Right arm remaining extended. Left to the belly. Folding the left knee. And gently roll to your right. Come onto your side for a moment. And once you feel steady, exploring any seated position, eyes closed, spine lifted as best you can. And coming to the end of your practice, you create a further space to note any difference at the very start of your practice when you checked in through the physical body, when you checked in through the mind. Throwing the palms together, just slightly rubbing the palms, create some heat. Placing the hands lightly over the eyes. And extending massage with the eyes, the nose, the cheekbones, the temples. Taking the hands a small distance away from the eyes. And gently blink the eyes open, gaze into the palms. Namaste. Thank you all so much. Hope you had a good practice. I hope the rest of your day is good. If you're with me at this very moment, I hope you have a good weekend. I look forward to seeing your next practice. Thank you.